So what a great book to start this book review. This is a book review. If you thought I was just going to review just manga, well, you're half right. I am still going to be reviewing manga, but I'm not going to be reviewing just manga. You know, later on, I definitely plan to review things. Like, I feel like quite possibly the first movie review of this channel would be a movie review of Battle Angel Alita, because I feel like that's something that I should at least start with, and I feel comfortable starting with. Anyways, let's get into this book review. Allow me to read the back of this. Okay. When 28-year-old Joji first lays eyes upon the teenage waitress Noami, he is instantly smitten by her exotic, almost Western appearance. Determined to transform her into the perfect wife and to whisk her away from the seamy underbelly of post-World War I Tokyo, Joji adopts and ultimately marries Noami, paying for her English and music lessons that promise to mold her into his ideal companion. But as she grows older, Joji discovers that Noami is far from the naive girl of his fantasies. In a Tanizaki's masterpiece of lurid obsession, passion quickly descends into comically helpless masochism. So one thing I should state is that I got this book thinking it was a comedy because it says, also on the back, Junichiro Tanizaki's Noami is both a hilarious story of one man's obsession and a brilliant reckoning of a nation's cultural confusion. This is not funny. I mean, his obsession does become very comical at the end, but I would not call it a comedy because this gets to a point where it's just sad. Like, you feel sad. And especially because this is written like an autobiography, so you kind of, like, get into the head of Joji. Like, you understand him. And this also, like, when he feels nervous, you feel nervous. Like, when Naomi's guy friends are, like, introduced, you feel nervous. But of course, it's like, you're still like, nah, this wouldn't be the case, you know. From what I know is that the way that this is going, you know, maybe the guy friend will be like, I want Noami, give me Noami. But it's like, the thing is that this plays with your expectations. Like, you expect this, but oh, that's not the case. And especially by the end, you know, you get so used to, like, stories ending with the main character learning a lesson, but at the end of this, he doesn't really learn a lesson. There's no lesson that he learned. He doesn't even change. He just stays the same, but definitely more comical with his obsession. And like, by the end, there's just this one beautiful line that says, "If you think that my account is foolish, please go ahead and laugh. If you think that there's a moral in it, then please, let it serve as a lesson. For myself, it makes no difference what you think of me. I'm in love with Noami." Like, doesn't matter what you think of him. Like, because it's like at the beginning you have respect, and then by the end you lose respect for him. But like, honestly, that line itself made me gain respect for him, because it's like, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm myself. This is what I chose. You have a problem with it? Fucking deal with it. And honestly, I like that. But honestly, it's like, this is just a trip. It's like, honestly, anything that makes you feel emotion while you're reading it is definitely something that just means that this is good. So I felt like a lot of emotion. Not to mention, I kind of get a better understanding of why people like Joji are in these kinds of relationships where they're just taken advantage of. And I'm sure you know someone in a relationship right now that's just like an on and off relationship. It's they break up and then they get back together. And it's very annoying, and you're sitting on the sidelines like, why the fuck is this even happening? Why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Well, it's obvious why. It's because they're lonely. It's just because, you know, they need somebody. And when that someone who betrayed them comes back and then just says, I didn't mean to betray you, they're just like, oh, like, I understand. It's like, you just get a better understanding. And honestly, I recommend this book, especially because it's like, this is a book that will stick to you. I mean, it sticks to me, and I still look back at the book, like, reading it, and then just remembering just this awesome time I've had. And I 100% recommend this. This is a recommendation, and you may be wondering, well, what is the score? What are you going to score this? Shush. I'll get to that. I'll get to it now, because I have nothing else to talk about this great fucking book that I recommend you read. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is something that definitely will stick with me, and it definitely does teach me a lesson. And not to mention, it's just like the emotions I felt while reading this just makes it so good. Remember, if you feel emotions, that means it's pretty good. Anyways, that's it for this review. I don't know if this is short or not. Allow me to make it longer by speaking. That's so clever. Oh, you know what? I completely fucking forgot. I was going to say that Noami is very close to Tomura from the Book of Human Insects. Because it's like they both use their body just to take advantage of people. And I wouldn't be surprised if Osamu Tezuka was inspired by Noami when, like, writing and just creating the Book of Human Insects. So that's it. Like and subscribe. This is 10 out of 10. Would recommend you read. You have the book recommendations? Go ahead. Movie recommendations? Go ahead. Manga, comic recommendations? Go ahead. See you later.